Hey, Transformers96 here with another review, this time of the Star Wars 2012 vehicle MTT, Multi-Troop Transport. So here you go. So this is of course the vehicle that premiered in the Phantom Menace. That was its most memorable use was when it dropped the droids in the Gungan battle. So yeah. So I did purchase this from Toy Anxiety. I got it loose and without Obi-Wan Kenobi for $55, which is an amazing price, and I am super happy with it. So yeah, so let's get into the detail of this. So overall, this is quite a massive vehicle. It measures about 23 inches from the start of the gun, not including the gun, and then it goes up quite far too. It has multiple different features and hatchets and little openings. So let's just go over all the features and all the things that are on it. So first of all, on the sides, it's on both sides as well, is this little hatchet that opens on the side. And as you can see, you've got lots of nice inner workings and inner details, as well as a couple computer-like screens and everything, and little stickers. These three stickers you do have to put in yourself. They won't be pre-put in there like that, but yeah. There's a couple clips over there to hold weapons. They don't hold the blasters super well. They're a little hard to actually hold them, but they do hold them, and they'll stay in as long as you don't mess around with it too much. The panel that opens is really cool. It's got lots of nice detail, as well as multiple pegs where you can peg both types of battle droids on it, which is pretty neat. As well as there is a space just in between here without pegs, but there's a space where you can put battle droids and have them stand up and everything, which is pretty nice. So overall, I really do like how the side opens, and you can do a lot of fun stuff with it. On top of the vehicle, there is also a portion that can open, but first of all, of course, you do have pegs that run down here, as well as pegs that run here, where either type of battle droids can be placed, as well as this opens, and inside, there's just nothing that it's really meant for. But here you go. Inside, this is where I just keep the blasters for now. As you can see, there's a big space. And there is a couple like pegs and stuff right here where you'd be able to put something. This is actually for if you have seen at your local Toys R Us the MTT glider or whatever they're called. That's just in the little vehicle 2-packs with like a couple figures and a vehicle. That was actually supposed to come with this vehicle, but apparently it was going to be too expensive to put with it, so they decided to not do it and just have it be an extra pack, so people would spend an extra $20 to get that rather than just have it come with this, which is unfortunate. It would have fit in there really cool and really snug and nice, but unfortunately they didn't give us, so now it's just a little empty compartment for storage and everything. So I would have much rather them give us the vehicle for what this thing retails for, which is $180 at Toys R Us and like $130 at Walmart. They could have put it in, bump up the price an extra $10 and give us that extra little glider. That would have been completely reasonable, but they didn't do it, unfortunately. But yeah, and then this just goes down and it clicks right back into place. So now the top portion of this vehicle can open. It's just a little space and it opens up, and it's the whole cockpit. Let's get a better look. As you can see, it's pretty cool. You got a whole bunch of, 3 places to put battle droids. Of course, only the battle droids with the swiveling hips can be in there. And there's little stickers that you put around all over. And there's 3 stickers on the side and another 3 stickers on this side, but you can't see it because you're not looking at the angle. I think it's pretty cool. It's really awesome how they fit in there. They fit really nicely. And they look really cool in there. Also, this sticker, I love how you can see like the Gungans targeting them. I think that's really cool that this is a MTT, especially from that battle, so I think that's awesome. As well as what's pretty neat is the little panel that opens up isn't just a worthless panel if you have it open. It is actually like a little turret, and I'll show you that. As you can see, the battle droid can kind of just stand there. There are little pegs that he's holding onto right now just to keep him stable and to keep him okay. And let's show it from the front. From the front, you can see the little battle droid's face, as well as the guns on the side here, which are on hinges, and you can just shoot them. And they shoot very nicely, and it works extremely well. There are little handles on each side where a battle droid can be placed. He's simply held up by just holding the handles, and he looks pretty cool there. Both versions of battle droids can do this. Just if you use the ones that just have a swivel shoulder, they will only be able to hold one of them, and it will still support them, but they certainly wouldn't look as good as the more posable battle droid. Overall, they look pretty cool there, and it's a really neat kind of feature that there's a little ladder to get to the cockpit. So of course there's two different droids that come in this pack. There are 16 non-posable droids that do have a little posability, and then 4 posable droids. As far as the non-posable droids, these are the ones that you actually put into the MTT to do its main gimmick. And they've just got little, their feet are attached by this little base, which is just to plug into the floor of the MTT that's right here. And then overall their detail and everything is pretty good. I mean, it's very nice. Got the eyes there and everything. This arm is attached to his leg, so this does not swivel whatsoever. This does swivel because he does come with a blaster, and you can put a little blaster in his hand and have him shooting somebody or something. Ball jointed head, which moves really well, and overall that works really cool. Stands up perfectly, especially with that little base. With this one, it's the same thing essentially. Has the ball jointed head, which does pop off fairly easily, but not bad. I've had battle droids that just would not have their head stay on. All these guys, if they pop off, it just pops right back on. They do have backpacks. Only the posable ones have backpacks, so that's pretty cool. Swivels on both arms, so you can have them climb the ladder or just do whatever. And then ball jointed hips. They don't really go out very much. They just swivel pretty much and then just go in, so you can have a little walking one if you wanted to. Overall, they're pretty cool. Of course, none of them fold up, which is a shame, but yeah. But overall, they're pretty cool. Oops, sorry. It takes a little bit to get this guy to stand just because of the way that his ankles are set and everything. They're pretty nice compared to, the vintage battle droid, which is this one. I mean, there's no comparison. These guys are so much worse, but they're still cool. I don't blame them for not doing these vintage battle droids, putting them in here, because they're $10 a piece, and there's 20 battle droids. So if you wanted 20 of these battle droids, it's $200. So I don't blame them for not putting them in this pack. What I do like about these battle droids though is they're so clean. Like the vintage one has sorry, I ran out of memory space, but overall the vintage battle droid had a very dirty, kind of grimy, it's been in use for a while kind of look. These guys are nice and fresh. They look like just off the assembly line because, of course, when these guys get built, some of them do other things, but for the most part, they go into their MTTs for storage. Then when they're needed, they're transported to wherever they go, and then they come out. So they're nice and fresh looking, just like at the end of the movie in the Gungan fight. So I really do like that they don't have, a bunch of dirty kind of shading going on with them. But overall, they look extremely cool. So the on and off switch, what it is this is of course the back of the ship, but you can just stick your hand right underneath, and then there's just a switch it on or switch it off. It's very easy to do. I like it a lot. I would have much rather had the switch actually on top of it, because where I have it in my on my shelf, it's the back of it is all the way against the wall in the corner, and then the front of it sticks out. So sometimes I like to just be able to switch it on and hit go and have it all deploy. But unfortunately, to be able to do that, I'd have to clear off everybody next to it and have to switch it on, and then move it all back, and then press the button. So I would have much rather had the on and off switch button just be up there with the actual buttons. It would have made it so much easier and so much nicer. But that's more of a personal problem, not quite everybody's problem. But overall, it still works, and it's in an easy enough location to get to. It's not like you have to turn the whole thing upside down to get it. You can just reach under and do it. So that's pretty nice. It's easy enough to do. Of course, this main gimmick of the MTT is, of course, the sounds and the features. So first of all, you've got 3 buttons up here. The middle button just does a sound, so let's press it. So big shooting sound. More shooting sounds and explosion.
Welcome, Roger.
It's extremely loud, which is pretty cool. I like when they're really loud. And it makes these kind of sounds even just when it's sitting here after you've pressed a button, which they go for a while. But there's multiple different sound features and everything, which is pretty cool. course, you've got a whole war with the battle droids, and they just keep coming, like, popping up and everything. But its main feature is, of course, deploying the droids. So the whole deploying the droids gimmick, all you do is just, you have them inside, you press the button with the arrow that goes forward, and it'll do it. So let's do that. Very cool, and I love how it all slowly goes down and the panels slowly go up. And it'll, of course, it'll do multiple sound gimmicks and everything, which is pretty cool. So overall, my thoughts on the whole gimmick of them being deployed just like they were in the Phantom Menace. Overall, I think it's awesome that they were able to do it. It's very cool. Of course, it is extremely different from how it actually happens in the movie. How it actually happens in the movie is it does have this same design at the front here, which I'll show you when I put it back in, which is kind of cool that they kind of get that design, make it look a little accurate. But, there's multiple different racks that they're actually hanging on racks. They're not standing on racks. And they're, of course, folded down, and they spread and fold down and spread. MTT, when it deploys 64 battle droids, and considering that there's only 16, it is quite less. The battle droids, there's 4 racks on each side, and every rack can hold 8 battle droids, and there are 8 battle droids here, so that's pretty accurate, and that's neat. Overall, they did it really cool. I mean, within reason, they did it fine. The only thing that I would have liked is I would have liked these guys in storage mode instead of out, like they're standing up like right now. And have this panel be up more, so like it attaches like up here, and maybe do like a second just rack. I mean, it would have been a very cheap thing to do, and have them all pre-posed in the storage mode. I think that would have looked really a lot cooler. I know for kids, of course, they wouldn't be able to really play with them, but it would have been more of a collector's type of looking thing. But overall, they did it the best they could to please both the collector and the kid, but to also make it affordable and reasonable. They can't be, doing insane things, because that would get expensive. But overall, they did it really nicely, and I really do like it. Just to show you what a storage mode battle droid would look like if it's in here. So there you can see how a collapsed storage mode battle droid would look if it was in the MTT. Overall, I think it's super cool. I mean, if you had some money, because they kind of stick out a little farther, you could probably only fit 3 comfortably on this thing. You could fit 4 if you wanted to, but you could fit 3 comfortably. I mean, if you could buy 16, 15, 12 of these vintage battle droids and put them in storage and put them on here, they'd look so cool. What holds the battle droids is they're on pegs, and you could spread his legs out and actually peg him on both sides. Just he wouldn't, his legs would be spread out just a little bit. You could totally do that though, and it would look perfect. I mean, you could really have a cool looking MTT here if you had the battle droids to do it. I've got 3 of these guys, but I'm definitely not gonna buy more to get the storage mode. It would look really awesome if you did that though. But there you go. Would have much rather had them do this. I would have liked them to actually make a battle droid that was kind of pre-posed, that only had, just hinges on the knees and hinges on the thighs, so that you could stretch him out. He'd still have his arms bent, and instead of having his head collapsed, it would just be up anyway, so that they could still have it be in storage mode, but also have it turn into a regular robot for the kids that want to play with the battle droids that come with it. That would have been awesome. It wouldn't have costed that much extra money, but it would have cost a little bit extra money, so I understand why they didn't do it, but it would have been awesome if they could do it. So of course you can't just hit a button and have it all go back to normal and go back in. You do have to get it back in its right order, and then you can press the button and have it go in. So what you need to do is that they're kind of on springs together, so if you just bring up one rack, it'll start to bring up the other rack. So you want to take both sides and bring them both up. Make sure that it locks on one side, locks on the other, then you've got the battle droids back in position. And then this thing, it's on a little spring here, just needs to lock on both sides. There we go. When you lock it on one side, the other side has a tendency to come up. But there you go. Here it's all in order, and then you can press the button and have it go back in. And to have it retract is quite simple. All you need to do is press the button that has the arrow going back, and very cool. It's awesome how you can get it to retract, and there we go. You can just shut off the sounds because it makes sounds a lot. And when you're like, if you're trying to retract and put the droids back into order to get it get all set up so you can put it back in, when you get it in order, what's going to happen is it'll keep just making sounds and sounds because it reacts on the movement of the racks. So it's very annoying sometimes, but it's very easy to shut off, which is good. There's just a little switch at the bottom of the back. And you can just lift this up, and just to show you, like I said I would, this is exactly like how it looks. It's got this same design in it, and you even got the racks there. So from just looking at it inside, it completely fits how it looks in the movie, which is really cool. You can even have a couple of battle droids right here to be some guards to the storage unit. But overall, it's extremely cool. You can see the battle droids in there. I know it's very hard, but you can kind of see them in there. But overall, it's very cool how that can do that. As well as these things do move, just so you know. I didn't really go over that. So yeah. So overall, the MTT is just awesome. Personally speaking, the MTT is one, if not my favorite vehicle of all times from any forms of media. I absolutely loved this. As a kid, I freaked out when it, deployed all the battle droids. It was so cool to me, and just as a collector now, it is still just as cool. Absolutely love it. When I heard that they were going to make this for the 2012, big vehicle of the year, I was so excited. I could not wait. I think that the price tag is a little high. I mean, at Toys R Us, the price tag, $180 is how much it retails for. That's ridiculous. I don't know why anybody would buy it there for that, considering that Walmart, if I'm not mistaken, they retail it for $130 or $140, somewhere around there. Not a clear point at how much this is supposed to cost, but it is definitely going to be over $100. You can probably, if you really look for it, get it for $100. I recommend waiting to get it for just $100 or less, because I think that it's definitely feasible, and it definitely could happen pretty easily. You might just have to wait like a month at the most. But overall, it's an extremely cool vehicle. Absolutely worth it if you're a big Battle Droid fan, if you're a big MTT fan. It is really cool, really fun, and extraordinary. Thank you for watching my review of the MTT.